What's happening, Lion Pride? It's Christopher James here with Bealionoutdoors, and winter is right around the corner. That means we gotta start a fire and we gotta warm up. But with winter comes poor conditions for fires. Things could be wet, things could be windy, and it could just be overall a real bad time if you can't get warm. But today, I'm gonna show you how you can take two items, these cheap dollar store matches, and a little bit of fat wood, coupled with some thyme, and make a absolute beast of a fire starting tool that is guaranteed to start you a fire no matter what the conditions. It could be wet out, this could get wet, but you're still gonna have a fire. So let's cut to the title card because this is Super Match. So here we go. You're gonna need a flat, skinny piece of fat wood, some matches, a blade with a flat pommel, a candle, not required, but I like to add it, and a place that you can collect some shavings. So take your matches. I'm gonna do the full box, but you could do as many as you see fit. And take your blade with the flat end at the bottom. Take a couple matches and you want to start busting off the match head. Try and keep the wood out of it, and you just want to get the phosphorus and the sulfur off of the match head. So just a light press with your blade just to start busting all that off. And continue with as many matches as you see fit. Again, I'm going to go through all 40 of these matches. If you get a little bit of wood or splintering in there, no big deal. We're going to go through it afterwards. So once all your matches are done, create a small little pile of all of the sulfur and the phosphorus from the match head. Move any splintering of wood that you see right away. Then start chopping up the match heads into a finer powder. Try and get it as fine as you can, but if there is still some chunks or anything on those lines, it's not that big of a deal. Just start chopping it up the best that you can. Next, take a little bit of water. And when I say a little, I mean a little. So I'm gonna just get a couple drops of this. You don't want this to be too wet, but you also don't want it too dry. So we'll just add a few little droplets of water to the match head. I'm gonna take one of the bare matches now, and I'm just gonna start mixing this all up, really making sure to incorporate a lot of that water. Again, you don't want it too wet, but you also don't want it too dry. It should just form almost a very dry dough or paste type consistency. Take your fat wood now and start taking some of this match head paste and add it to the tip. Really want to press it down and really make sure that it sticks. You're recreating a match essentially on a larger scale with the resin soaked fat wood as well as all of this sulfur and the phosphorus of the matches. Next, set it off to dry. You want to set it to dry for about 6, 8, or 12 hours like this one is. So this is set overnight and it is now incredibly dry and ready to be used. So this is where you can add that extra step and just blow out a candle and add that little bit of wax. So while the fat wood itself is waterproof, the matches aren't. So I like to add that other layer to it. But people are gonna say, okay, so why don't you just take a regular match and do it? Well, I'll show you. So now we have a wax soaked regular match and we'll throw it in a little bit of water. Will this work? Absolutely, but it is going to burn very quick and the wood itself is not waterproof. So if that wood gets soaked, yes, it'll burn for a little bit, but it will not catch as much. So let's take our fat wood super match now, and we're gonna do the same thing. We'll soak it. Fat wood is waterproof, plus you could use it as a tinder if you require. Same deal, pat it dry, and then we're just gonna stroke it lightly, starting that fire. So as you will see, it burns a lot brighter, burns a lot hotter, and it will burn for a lot longer. That is your super match.